All right, time now for some live Q&A. Use hashtag Cowboys to get your questions on the show. I'm just going to put OOH or OH in timeout. He's annoying me. So use hashtag Cowboys. Questions on the show. We begin with the super chat from Andrew. Although good game, I still have doubts about our team. Am I wrong for that? No, you are not, Andrew. One game cannot negate and ignore an entire season of work. And so far, this is the second game the Cowboys have been truly dominant. So I do not blame you for having doubts about this team. Frankly, I don't think this team is going to do enough in the postseason anyway. So I agree with you, Andrew. It is reasonable and expected to have doubts about them right now. All right, David Prince. We need to win against the Eagles or our season is over this year. Yeah, pretty much. You lose that game, it's not pretty. You're going to have to find a way, if you're the Cowboys, to beat the Eagles. You do that and you are in. If you lose, you are in trouble. All right, Troy Daniels. And you see any threats on offense really that Cowboys need to worry about besides Ertz? I'd say Dallas Goedert too. Just because Cowboys have issues against tight ends. Miles Sanders is pretty good too. Keep that in mind. Brokov. Should we sign Suggs or Jackrabbit? Terrell Suggs, A, is not going to play for any team except the Ravens and maybe the Titans. I saw someone ask about adding him for linebacker depth. But guys, the Suggs linebacker is not the same as the Cowboys linebacker. Terrell Suggs is a pass rusher. You're not going to play him at linebacker. You play him at defensive end. So the answer is no. Suggs does nothing for you with your injured linebackers. Meanwhile, Janoris Jenkins, I don't want him. I think he was a cancer for that Giants team, quite frankly. They had some clear issues on that roster. They found an excuse to cut him. So Jenkins, don't care. Frankly, Cheeto's probably better than him. Doesn't work there. Linebacker-wise, we'll see about Joe Thomas and Gifford, but injuries are a big, big red flag there. Destroyer Dog, did Zeke act like his 2016 this game? I thought Zeke was great. I thought he played really well. I thought the past 3 games, we saw Zeke getting back into his old form. Now, the game script meant that Zeke wasn't involved as much those past 2 games, but he was still playing well. But the stats showed up this time around. He could have gone for 180 had the Cowboys given the ball a few more times, frankly. If they'd force-fed him. But they didn't need to because the game was over. Maybe 150 is the better number there. But overall, he was great. All right, I'm just him. Think they are holding LVE back for the Eagles game or possibly for the playoffs. They're holding him out because he's not healthy. They're hoping that he can come back for a playoff stretch, yes, but he hasn't been practicing. He's banged up. LVE's not right. That's a big concern for me. Colin Loftus, it feels so good to get revenge. Are you scared that Garrett will keep his job after this? Garrett needs to do more. This game in and of itself does nothing for Garrett's job status. It does nothing. It helps them in their attempt to make the playoffs, but this win, the Redskins win, then they would have been the same for you. You have to win next week. So if Garrett makes a deep run, Loftus, my bad. Loftus, whatever. I mispronounced your name, Colin. I'm sorry about that. Garrett has to make a deep playoff run. If that happens and they win the Super Bowl, he can come back because he won. I will take Garrett in exchange for a Super Bowl win. That's a no-brainer for me. All right, so what should the Cowboys do with Garrett? Again, keep the comments coming here. I know many of you are on Team Fire Garrett. I'm still there until I'm proved wrong. Until Garrett takes that deep playoff run, which at this point, still going to bet against it. until I see them go on several in a row here, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm saying FG until Garrett can prove me wrong, and I hope he does. Absolutely hope he does. Javier Gonzalez, was that a bad Goff or a good defense? Looks like Dak and Goff switched roles with the passes. Javier, you haven't watched much Jared Goff, have you? Haven't watched much because that kind of is Jared Goff when the defenses are good. We've seen a lot of that from Jared Goff this year, by the way. Like, Dak has been better than Jared Goff forever. Just in terms of in the NFL. Just so we're clear. Jared Goff didn't play well today. Receivers missed some throws. His hand was bothering him. Kind of what we saw with Dak Prescott in this game, actually. Guess what? Jared Goff is not as good as Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys' defense, I'm going to give them credit. They played really well. They brought pressure, and it worked out. The Rams had 0 run game. Jared Goff couldn't compensate. Simple. Alakia Trimble, did anyone notice Garrett's bodyguards? Do you mean like after the game, the security guards? Because they're always there. Like that is very common. I'm not quite sure to what you're referring to, but I very much appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Alan Williams, what's going to be the game plan against Philadelphia? Take away the tight ends. I think this is a game you should put Byron Jones on Zach Ertz. We know that Byron Jones in the past was able to slow down tight ends. He's your best cover guy. The Eagles are so decimated at receiver. Put Byron on Ertz, take him away, and dare the rest of the Eagles' weapons and skill position players to beat you. Be worried about the screen game. That is how the Eagles will have success. You stop that, you'll be able to win. All right, Super Trill. Can we please free Pollard? Use him in the game. Like, he's good, man. He is so much better than I thought he was going to be. So much better. So if I am in charge, yes, I am freeing Tony Pollard. I am getting him involved. Even if it's only a half dozen touches, if it's a close game, worth it, right? Let him be your true backup. And not just a pure backup, but also on the field. Use them together. It works. Keep it coming. Destroyer Dog. Who was the best this game, offense or defense? I'm going to go offense. 44 points, man. Like, they ran the ball over them, and they didn't even have much from the receiving game. Like, Amari Cooper, 1 for 19. Michael Gallup, 1 for 6. Randall Cobb, 1 for 3. If I had told you those were the stats, you would have thought the Cowboys got shut out. Truly, that's what we would have thought. Instead, the Cowboys dropped 44 against the Rams, and they beat a team with a winning record for the first time all season. Got a deal for you guys as well. Head over to chatsports.com/gift2. Chatsports.com/gift2. That t-shirt hat combo, 25% off. That's not really your thing. There's all kinds of Cowboys gear up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/Cowboys. Check the description, check the comments as well. It's all in there. Chatsports.com/gift2 for the t-shirt hat. And just /Cowboys for the general gear sale as well. Up to 50% off all types of items. All right, more Q&A from Javier Gonzalez. Was it just me, or was that looking more like the offense we saw at the beginning of the year? Yes, it was. And had that been a closer game, we would have seen more passing. I didn't chart the numbers. I'm sure they're out there. The Cowboys barely threw the ball in the second half. Because there was no need to. Like, they kept running the football. When you have that level of efficiency on the ground, you know me, I want to sling it. Keep running it. No reason not to. You got 5 yards per carry almost every single time. Just keep doing it. That's all you got to do. All right, Brokov, should we be worried about Amari long-term because of his inconsistency? I am less worried about the inconsistency and more about the injury. He's been banged up all year long. He's been hurt. He hasn't been as good as he was when he was healthier earlier on this year. Now, this game, I'm not going to read much into it. He had what? 2 or 3 targets? The Cowboys didn't need to throw it very much. It was almost a 2-to-1 run-pass ratio because the game was over at halftime. So don't look at the stats in this one. He had a great catch for 19 yards. That's the one I'm focused on. All right, Sansui Cole, if the Cowboys beat Philly and win the East, can they go on a deep playoff run? Possible. That's their hope, right? I don't have a ton of faith right now in them. Even after this game, I got to see it more. Like, I got to see more of the Cowboys beating good teams, beating the better teams, I should say, because everyone's good in the NFL, beating better teams and being consistent. I agree with Zach's comment here. This does make me frustrated that they can't do this consistently. They have to be better. Otherwise, it's going to be more of the same of disappointment. This Cowboys team at talent level is good enough to make a run. But consistency, coaching-wise, they haven't been there this year. So until I see more of it, I'm not going to have a ton of faith in them. Plain and simple. All right, AJ Morris, is it me, or was Gallup playing like he didn't really care? He almost looked confused a couple times. Like, there were times I was like, dude, what are you doing out there? Like, make the play. Like, he stopped his routes twice. That's the weird thing. So I think he cared, but he just wasn't focused. Maybe wasn't the thing. I don't know. All right, Culver House Publishing. Should we be concerned about Michael Bennett? Well, if he keeps jumping off sides, yeah, we should be. We should be. Like, that's going to cost them. In the playoffs, it's tight. You're not going to blow out teams. That's, in most cases, you're just not going to blow them out. So, those mistakes, those mental errors, those stupid mistakes, they're going to kill you. So, I am concerned. He's made some plays. Got to be better there. Plain and simple. Today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, they're going to give you $60 for free. That's chatsports.com/bet. And I agree with this super chat, by the way. Alakia, however you say it, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, Trimble. Let's pray this is the 2011 Giants, hot at the right time. This is exactly right. You've got to hope this team, who we thought was talented and good and a playoff threat and contender at the beginning of the year, just wasn't playing that well. And now they've gotten good, and they're getting hot, and they can have some luck down the stretch. I hope that is the case. We shall see. I don't know if it is, but that's the hope there. All right, Troy Daniels, who will need to step up next week against Philadelphia in order for the Cowboys to win? Probably going to need Dak to step up. Going to need the defense to step up as well. But overall, Sean Lee, your linebackers, and somebody, I don't know who yet, Jeff Heath, Byron Jones, Xavier Woods, someone's got to stop Zach Ertz. That is the guy that concerns me on this Philadelphia offense. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.